I'll put them on here. If you do from there.
Oh, I painted. Like your bands.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Don't do. So if you just do all the way down here to about there.
yeah.
And all the way down to there and there.
Right, yeah. All the way to the ballast.
Yeah. I'll leave you to try it because that will.
Which bit's this bit then? Is this the bit that goes on to Milton Keynes?
Yeah.
Right.
No, that goes on the Watford Tunnel.
Right.
That goes on there. That goes on here.
Got to pay attention.
That goes on there.
Yeah.
Yeah? So what we need is grass to cover that there. Because there's a lot of grass on this one. So let's just let's go over here. Before we go, let's move this.
Oh, there's a spare.
Well, put it on there for the time being. Don't try and lift them all at once. Bloody heavy.
Oh yeah. I know you were sold. Yeah.
A bargain, I think.
We'll move this table now.
Because that's what was on top of that.
Do us a favour.
What you want? I'm saying you've got.
Turn this board right over, just put it on the dowels. Right over, just there like that. Right.
I just don't want to stab myself. I don't want to stab myself.
Okay, focus.
So we move this back now.
If you move that table.
Phil, so you've I see you've made the platforms now for the new section.
Platforms are in. Pete's painted them. He's added his top surface. So now it's getting the point in for the bay platform. Away we go.
And this will take a full length train?
Yes, they're slightly smaller than Milton Keynes platforms. Not by much, but I think there's about 12 and a half feet, give or take a bit.
So the station is?
This is Watford Junction.
Okay.
This goes to the south of Milton Keynes. And then we'll go around the corner and then Bushy will be over there somewhere-ish.
Very good. And how far away are you from taking this to Blakemere and hooking it up, testing it?
What's today's date? 10th, 11th, 12th?
10, 11?
11th today. So I think it's 13 weeks this weekend.
Right.
Maybe 15, I don't know. It's last weekend in April, so...
Right, so Pete was telling me you're planning to take this to Blakemere to just plug it in and test it?
Not all of it, but the new bits.
Right, and when do you think that will happen?
Probably next week now.
Right.
I'm not sure exactly. We only finished at Blakemere on Sunday.
Yeah, we're all still exhausted.
Yeah.
And there are no gaps really, you're out of one, straight in,
Yeah.
prep for the next.
Well, yeah, we did Chester, went straight to the 152 feet layout, getting that sorted. And we got back from there, and then it was straight to Blakemere, and now it's New Year, and then it's on to April. Never ends.
Okay. So these are the new boards you've made?
Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 13, 14 of this.
Right.
I've got to make all legs and beams now. Not tables.
Are these all the same as each other, or are there differences?
There's only one difference, this one. That one there.
And why is that different?
It's got that drop down on here. Which
Oh,
you'll
okay.
see in a minute when we put it up.
All right.
But they're all the same, basically. Well, they are the same.
Was it more of a control build rather than a panic this time, or?
Controlled. Yeah, I'm in no panic, am I?
Right.
I'll be well finished. Yeah. I won't be panicking, it won't be me. All the timber for the legs and the beams and
Right.
the lights are coming tomorrow.
Okay.
So that'll be done by the end of this month.
Right.
I'll be finished, so the only thing that's left for me is the end boards, and I've got till middle of April to finish them, so
Right.
won't be a problem.
Not so much pressure this
I have
time.
no pressure now.
Clean up in aisle 10.
So we are back from Blakemere now. I've taken all the stock off the track. I've still got some of the containers back at Blakemere because I'm just oiling them, making sure they run properly. But we've got everything back now, and we're going to try and do a bit of tidying up because we haven't managed to do that for the past 4 weeks. So we've got all the stock boxes here, and I've made a box just for all the Christmas elements that we had, so that next year we can just find the box with Christmas in it and put Christmas out. That's about it at the moment.
Chris, so what's the stock that came from Blakemere? How do you pack it and where is it?
So it's all in these boxes and these crates. So we try not to have them in the actual stock boxes because that just takes a lot of time, and it takes a lot of time to take them all out, put them all back in again. So things like I've got 9-car Pendolino there, 11-car Pendolino. This is full of the Caledonian Sleeper and our luxury blue Pullman train. So we try and label everything up so a little bit organised in how we know what's where, and then when we come to take it out, it should make it slightly easier. I hope, fingers crossed.
What's happening here, Phil? You wiring up frogs or something?
No, when these throw frog ones, they need need a jumper putting across. Where the unifrog ones, we've got this one already sorted.
Right.
It's a bit of a cod really, but it's what you're meant to do. But they don't leave a lot of space between the slippers, so you start melting them. We're adding 5 south of Milton Keynes and 2 north.
Right.
So another board in here, and this will be the new bit.
What would you be doing in the motors?
No, I've never seen point motors, sorry.
The servos, you know.
Can I interrupt you for a minute, actually? Can you pass me 4 beams over from...
No, they're at Blakemere. I'm almost certain they're at Blakemere. Because we took them.
Chris had packed everything up at Blakemere.
No, only the locos.
No, we haven't. Tons of stuff we haven't packed. So if it's not here, it's definitely Blakemere. Andy Board, isn't it? We've got that at Blakemere. The one where we rub the motors. Yeah, we've got it there. I've got motors now, I've got spare motors. So you can have that one.
You're about to grass this then?
Well, a bit, yeah.
How's what?
What we've learnt over the years, put some masking tape over stuff, they don't want to go green. Well, stop that, haven't they?
We'll go for that one. Close enough.
What size hole have you made, Phil, for the point rod?
That size, not this one.
All right.
This is just a pilot.
Oh, okay.
This cork is really bad.
Is all that coming off, Peter?
Yeah.
Okay.
Outside. Range about 2 inches. This way. 2 inches. Looking, and you see only got one side. Yeah, it's only your back one I think you need to trim.
That one definitely needs doing.
Where? Yeah, the back one, here.
That one.
That's slitting disc.
There. Right here. I've got it all set up for you. Hang on. Plug me in, I'll go around there. Plug me in, I'll go around the other side.
No, back's not that one. I'll do anything.
Back him.
Leave that pin out. Leave that pin out anyway. Hey, hang on.
There you go.
Make sure I don't pull that ballast up.
I'll hold it. Oh.
Right, just put one, hang on. Yeah, put one under there. Still wants to come up, put another one under.
It's got a burr on the bottom.
Yeah.
Slide the foot out of it. Still won't come out of it.
Put it in. That's in.
That's in. I just need you.
Plastic one in now.
It would be, wouldn't it? Where's the
I haven't seen them.
There now. There you go. There you go.
Right, that's the easy one.
And then you're short here now anyway. Do you want to put it in this
Here,
one?
put that one in. Make sure this wire's in, hang on.
It's got a burr, I'll take the burr off.
That's fine.
Whoops.
Got it. There you go, mate.
That one now.
Yeah, this is easy now. So now this fits.
Not in.
Put your light on the end. Got it, got it.
That one. Fucking hell, look how far that wants to come up. Inch and a half. Alright.
That's about the same as those two blocks, isn't it?
Yeah, so we need some more blocks. One come up.
About one block.
Hang on. Just come out of the way, your edge up. You know, you want to wind the foot right in. Who's in your way? Let's come up now, sorry. Oh, no, we're going too far. Wind it out. Wind it half an inch. 12 mil. On there, right down there. No, down there. Alright? Yeah. Right. That board on that one.
Okay.
Alright. Sorry about that, boys. So, I'm looking up. Keep going, sorry. And so you checking that board?
Right to the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, 12 foot's going to take you out there, isn't it?
12 foot's here.
You want to get
So we need to get rid of them two boards. If you want to go. And two big boards.
There, that's well, if it's 12 foot from there to over here, should fit in if you turn.
And we'll go. Ready?
Ready?
Oh, yeah. Oh, there we go. There we go. One. Keep it going. Keep it going. 10 mil bottom.
Last 10 mil.
This is ballast. Or something. What's this, Phil? Is this for what? Ah, for platforms. Okay. This is what goes on to give them the texture.
Yeah, with a bit of paint.
Right. Let's see how Chris is doing. Ooh, it's looking tidy here, Chris.
Ta-da! We're going to be a bit tidier. It means we'll be able to use this space for actually doing some work and modelling in it.
You can make it messy again, but in a good way.
Yeah.
Dave, can you talk us through why this drops down then? Explain that to us.
What do you mean, explain what?
Well, this baseboard, it looks like it's not level. So can you explain to everybody why it's not?
Perfectly level.
It's on a different plane.
This is a viaduct going in here. You know,
That's
like
what
the
I'm asking.
viaduct, like the viaduct we had on making tracks one?
Yes.
Well, we're having... How long is it, Phil? It's not long. It's not a long one, is it?
No, it's only about 5 span.
It's only about that long.
Right.
So the track's going to come across and at eye level.
And an embankment.
And over there.
And which viaduct will this be? Is it? It's got
It's
a real.
only a roundabout, is it?
Yeah, it goes over the whatever roundabout.
Yeah. Apparently.
Okay.
That's it now. That's not wrong with that. That'll
And who's going to build that, Phil?
Phil.
Have you done it yet, Phil?
Maybe.
Apart from what's
I can't even tell you what viaduct it is, so that'll be a no.
Yeah.
What's about Tony did some work, haven't we?
Yeah, good luck with that.
What, you doing some work?
No, the only thing I've got to say to you, if you take any labels off, don't throw them away. If they're in the way, put them on the sides that lay out.
So I'm seeing a significant colour change here.
Yes, we're going from green to brown to green.
So you're flocking, are you?
Well, static grassing, yeah. It's well, I'll put flock down just to experiment really to see. We used to use teddy bear fur
Right.
as the base layer for the grass,
Right.
but it takes ages. You have to dye it, cut it, cut the grass, cut the teddy bear fur low, and
Slow and tedious.
it's very slow and tedious. So we're trying something different. So I'm trying a bit of a bit of flock. So we've done all the baseboards brown, built the hills up, completely then brown, and I'm just trying a bit of flock over it with a bit of static grass on top.
What's the glue? Is that like a PVA or something?
PVA.
Right. Do you thin it down or anything?
I think the problem we've got at the minute, it's an oil-based paint that's gone down first, and the PVA on top. The PVA doesn't like oil-based paints.
Right.
That's alright, isn't it?
I didn't know that.
You do now.
I do now, yeah. So now I'm just using static grass. Is going to help hide it, and we'll see how it goes. So we'll do layer after layer after layer.
You've done a good job there, because
Hopefully, he'll disappear.
So you're happy with that?
We'll see in a bit, won't we?
Worked on that.
Okay.
Yeah, we want to see work. All right, playing then.
Oh, play! I can do playing. Playing's very easy.
That's your PVA, is it?
No, this is actually it's a spray mount. It's 3M spray mount glue.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah, so I might just have to take that.
So I'm hoping it's just hoping it will actually stick to the wall and that.
This is going to take several applications then.
It's going to take several applications, yeah. I'm just going to see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. How much got left in the hopper? Oh, I've got plenty left.
So ballasting isn't that difficult then, P? You just tip it on, is that right?
Yeah, right, Dave. You tip it on with skill, mate. And then you carefully
You lovingly sculpting it.
clear it. What you have to do is make sure your flangeways are clear on your points.
Is there any binding on at the moment or glue, or does that go after?
Goes after.
Right.
Have to make sure that it's all clear. This is what I do is because I've done so much of it, I can judge where we are. But you know. So I mean, just clear that there.
Right.
But I've got, as you can see there, look, cover it, and then just Just make sure that it's just level and there's none in the flangeways. I can get it out anyway, like that. You know. But you don't just gently take it off. And I've done it always, but when you're doing hundreds of feet of ballasting,
Right.
you've got to sort of, you know, the things that you can buy in your plastic things.
Right.
You get it, don't work.
Right.
Because you're better off just putting it on gently and topping up. It's dead easy to put on. It's a pain in the bum to add.
So you get one go basically to get it right.
Well, no. You do if you. Well, you don't if you. What I do is just sprinkle it gently, and when you've got a big area like that, look, watch it fill up quite quickly. See? Look.
Right. Yes.
That's not difficult, right? And you ain't put too much on, and it just fills it up. And it's, you know, you're not trying to make a mountain out of a molehill. You're just gently putting it in, and when you just then go along with your paintbrush, right, you fill it in. It's like it's covered the gap. Now, what I do then, just as a little, just tamp it.
Right.
And what you'll get a little bit uneven. But I've got a bit too much there. So what I could do, if I wanted to, is do that. Look.
Right.
And then go down like that.
So
modern ballast.
Yes.
This is a modern layout. Don't forget. Modern ballast is not like they used to do in the old days,
Right.
where they had prize sections and the ballast was immaculate. You'll find now with high-speed rail there is more ballast on the end of the sleepers than there's ever been before. That's because they don't want the sleepers to rock,
Right.
which is what they used to do in the old days. They used to allow them for movement, but now with high-speed points, with high-speed track, they don't want that movement. So the track tends to be open. Now, in truth, to model that is a pain, and it looks wrong. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's a case of what they do on the rail railway. In this instance, you have to, you know, sort of take with a bit of a. You know, take with a.
Take these wires off. Take all these wires out of this, please.
You know, as I say. Just there, you see. Now, the real secret for ballasting is how you do the next bit,
Right.
which I will show you in a second. When it dries, you can also rub it off with your fingers.
Right.
But the next piece is a trick. Is to get this, you put it against the rail and roll it against the rail. Right? Against the rail. Always keep it against the rail. Like that. We're coming up to a point, so be careful where we do at the point with the glue, that we don't want there.
Has this been thinned out, this PVA? Is it PVA?
Yes, PVA, we're washing up liquid and water. But you'll see what it does. Right, so when I go down here, right, right. Just let me fill this up. There's a reason I'm going to show you this.
Okay.
I've seen so many people cock this up, it's unbelievable. And it doesn't need to be cocked up because it's easy.
It won't drop because it's set on 2 blocks. Because once you've got all the scenery and everything built up to that anyway.
So what we do,
Including the
again, you come down and you just go down it. Right? Because now what you've got is you've swamped it.
Right.
And when that's done, right the way across, you've now got PVA and glue. Right across. So the whole track, all the way down there, is swamped.
So you don't need anything fancy, just PVA, soap, and
But you let it work on a capillary reaction.
right.
So you keep it against the rail, right?
Yep.
So you're using the rail to pull, not like that, to pull it out. And what you do, where you got it really thick here, that's soaked in and it's levelled it out, and that'll dry out perfect.
And that's going to bind all of it together.
That's going to tighten it all up. And then you can come back in 2 days when this will give it 2 days to dry, and then you can refine it, and that will be absolutely perfect. It'll all dry. It'll go. So where you've got your thick bits, you know, where you've got more ballast because say your cork doesn't meet, you've filled in the gap there now. The ballast has gone in, and you've filled it with glue, and then what you'll do when it all dries out, you'll just go down and free it up. It'll be perfect. Just give it 2 days now. That'll be absolutely brilliant. You can see how much I've swamped it.
Yes.
So I give that 2 days, and it dries out in 2 days, and you can see it's perfect. I use an edge to get it tidy.
Right.
But now we've put that point in, we'll fill as that's all secure now. That's not going anywhere. What we're doing now on here is this is Watford Junction. This is the St Albans Branch Bay. So you can see we come out of the tunnel at Watford. We've extended the tunnel,
Okay.
which is the end of this board. We've got the run into the station. And you come down. Now what we've done, in hindsight and thinking about it, we've added an extra board. This we've reclaimed off Making Tracks 1. This was Road Junction. So you see it used to go down there with all the points. We've changed it.
Okay.
It's now given us a different angle, which we wanted to do on this. So
Okay.
you can see we've ballasted to here, look.
Yep.
All this down here is still flapping about
Right.
for a reason. Okay? So the reason we're making this video is to show you something that we're doing very different. So this board here gives us the flow to come out of Watford Junction, but we're doing something different. So if you follow me now over here, so this year for Milton for the NEC, I want to do something different.
Right.
I want to change the way we model. So the board I've just shown you was an extension that goes on here.
Okay.
Okay. So this is Watford Junction is coming down here.
So this is traditionally the scenic side still. This side.
This is front.
Yeah.
This is the scenic side. So you come down from Milton Keynes there.
Where are we going?
Come down here.
Right.
Why we've picked why we've picked Watford Junction is because it allows us to build 2 stations
Right.
for the first time.
Right.
So you've got, if you can picture this, there's no track on because they've just literally made this. You've now got 16 feet after Milton,
After the
Watford
station.
Junction.
Right.
So it's 16 feet before the station.
Right.
If you look at real Watford Junction,
Yeah.
it goes out of Watford Junction, and over here, which of course we're not modelling,
Right.
is the London Underground and the London Overground,
Right.
which is physically here,
Right.
right? Now, in reality, at Watford Junction, the railway goes that way into Euston,
Right.
but it goes around a curve.
Okay.
We're reversing that curve.
Right.
So here it's going to go around here. The beauty of this is the minute it leaves the platform at Watford Junction and it gets to the environment, it goes over a lovely embankment, and then it goes over a viaduct before Bushy, which is the next station over on that board.
Right.
Here, there's going to be a big roundabout with a 4-track viaduct.
Right.
So you come sweep round here on a lovely bank,
Right.
lovely roundabout, and then sweep round there, and you get Bushy Station. So for the first time, like we had on the first ever railroad
Making tracks.
we built, Making Tracks 1, we've actually got a drop section
Right.
that will be a real feature.
Okay.
So you'll be able to walk down 208 feet, 12 feet, or 8 feet, 12 feet.
Well, the stations be close together.
Eh?
What the stations be too close together?
No, because you've now got 16 feet. You've now got 16 feet between the end of Watford Junction and there, and you're going to have 16 feet before Bushy. It's just longer.
And it's gone round 2 corners. So
It's gone round 2 corners, you won't see it, see? So effectively, between 2 stations, you've got 32 feet. Or, in fact, to be honest, Dave, you know we've got so many boards this side, we can push Bushy Station back another board. Yeah, so, but it's this piece we want to model first, to get that sweep round and that bank and that viaduct.
There you go.
Do we plan on stopping at these stations, or are they disused, or what?
No, they're used, and that's the thing is, the great thing because we've got so many 380s now, we've got so many London North Western and West Midlands trains. The point will be we had a stop at we will stop at Bushy,
Right.
Watford Junction, Milton Keynes, and then go up through Northampton on some, but we'll have some on the up fast. So we can use them, now this allows us to actually do a timetabled adjustment.
So with the number of stops, if we're doing it right, it's going to take over 10 minutes to go round once.
Yeah, but that's good because what it is, we've got probably, let's just say we've got 5 sets of 380, 360s, whatever they are. The electric. We've got a 12-car unit,
Right.
a couple of 8 cars, and a couple of 4 cars. Well,
Right.
what we've always done in the past, right up to obviously the whole of all the layouts up together, we've kept all the West Midlands trains on the slows.
Right.
This enables us now to run the Liverpools and the crews on the up fast
Okay.
and down fast.
Got it.
So it gives us more flexibility and more reality in what we've got.
Right.
So, for instance, when you get to Milton Keynes, you can stop your 360 unit or 380 unit. You can stop it in the platform and put the Pendolino past it. Because of course the Pendolinos don't stop. Most of them don't stop till Milton Keynes.
Right.
But some of them don't even stop at Milton Keynes. So for the first time,
Right.
you're shuffling trains.
Are there any platform changes or diverging routes or
Not on these.
bi-directional?
No, we're keeping it simple so that
Okay.
we're not complicating it to the point where it's becoming impossible for people to come up and drive.
Pick it up, Navigo.
Yes. Because
Brilliant.
if you put if we put all the points in at Watford Junction, you'd need 2 signalmen.
Yeah.
You really would need 2 signalmen, and then you've got all the problems that every operator's got to know what a train number is. He's got to observe all the signals, and that, let's be honest, for the average guy that wants to drive a train, it's too much.
Right.
It's too much.
Right.
That's too much reality, because you've then slowed your whole operation down to what some of these exhibition layouts have with 1 train every 18.5 minutes. Well, we don't want that.
Right.
Right, next question. That back scene there is going right across it, yeah?
Yeah.
But it's got 2v1 at the end, so I'm going to have to take an 8 off either end and run the new MDF back scene off this so it meets this corner. Aren't I?
Yeah, it's not a problem.
Not for you, it's not. There won't be any problem for you.
Where's the problem for you?
Hey?
What's the problem for you?
No, I just want to know what you want. Because
No.
you're going to have a square corner with it.
No, that's fine. I know that. I want to cut square. I don't want a round corner.
Right.
No, we're not kidding anybody. We know we know we're going around a corner. Don't want to sort of have curved ends and try and pretend we're not.
Right, you got good eyes. What does that measure?
4.5.
No,
184.5.
184.
5. That's a 5 there.
1845.
Yeah.
So with the 208 feet in the straight line of scenic section,
Yeah.
how much additional scenery have we got round the corner and down the back on
Oh,
the station?
crikey.
Have you
At the
worked it out
moment, yeah, well, at the minute we're talking at least 45 feet.
yet? Okay, so that's
So
nearly
you've got this.
250 feet of
We've
scenery.
got 12 feet here, we've never had before.
Yeah.
You've got at least 6 foot off that board that we've never had, because that's always been a tunnel. So you're looking at 6 foot there, 12 foot here, there's 18 feet. You've got 8 feet here, and there'll be at least 3 more 8 foots. So you're getting up to 254, 260 feet. I mean, we'll judge that. But you've got to remember, fiddleboard has now got 208 feet of fiddleboard.
Right.
We don't need 208
No.
feet of fiddleboard, Dave. That's crazy, because we've got 8 tracks.
So we're going to see this at Key Model World Live in April at the
Yes.
NEC.
Yes.
And people can come and see us figuring out how to operate it.
Yes, yes. And then we've got Making Tracks 4 becomes again another standalone layout.
For Chester Cathedral in
Well,
this
whatever
summer.
we want. We've got another layout. We've got 4 layouts now.
So we can give our venues options.
Anything you want. I mean, this is going to be fantastic,
Right.
because this is adding a new dimension to the actual scenic modelling. Because I mean, going back to Making Tracks 1, Keffin Viaduct was fantastic. I mean, it looked fantastic. I mean, it's only 2 track and it got no overheads, but this is 4 track with overheads. I mean, it's going to look amazing.
Is the Keffin Viaduct ever likely to make an appearance again?
No, how much do you want to give me for it?
I haven't got any money on me.
Oh, right.
Pay me as well.
How much will you pay me to take it away?
We've used the backboard.
So we'll have to 1,280. As you can see, we've actually resolved the problem.
Ah, it seems to be thickening up nicely now.
Well, I cheated a bit because we've actually gone back and used the spray mount to actually do the flocking underneath first.
Right,
And that's killed off all the brown spots. Well, a lot of the brown spots are now gone.
right.
It just means that the grass can go thicker, and it was thicker to start with. Oh, you learn these things, don't you?
It's getting there, isn't it?
We're getting there slowly. Lunch, boys. Oh, look.
More candles.
People don't know.
The quite interesting conversation that obviously now is that Chris has been approached to take the layout to a couple of other places. I've just said no, because I just think let's get this year over and then look at what we're doing after that, because I just at our age we've got to consider how long we want to go away and what we want to do. I mean, that's what everybody's got to do.
Are the other places exhibitions or venues like?
I don't want to say, but we're being, everybody's seeing what we're doing, but I think we're committed. We know where we're going this year. I don't think we want to do any more shows.
I think when you come back from the one in April, I don't think you'll ever want to do any more.
Oh no, Dave.
You met
Telling you.
Hey, you met Pete.
Hey?
He can't stop himself.
No, not me. Dave, I'll go on to the day. I'm the opposite. It's not about me.
No, you're alright, Pete. You're single.
Yeah.
You can do anything you want. We've all got families and fucking wives and...
Yeah, but Dave, you don't have to do it. Nobody's good. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but
We've got to work out how we can do it if other members want to do it. It's not a problem if somebody doesn't
if
want to do
people
it.
drop out, that means you're putting more work on the people that do go.
But that's Dave. That's life. That's life. Yes, it is.
It's not.
You can, Dave. If you don't want to do the work, you don't do it.
No, I don't not wanting to do it, Pete.
When you say the layout, are we talking about a particular one of the 4?
No, whichever one it is.
They
When you
People
done
that have asked, do they
208
have a
feet in
particular
April,
one?
you'll be, I'll tell you, you'll
just don't
think
want
you,
to answer.
that'll decide a lot of things that people decide, I'll tell you.
Are we doing Blakemere again next year?
Yeah.
This year?
Yes.
Well, this year.
Because we've got layers already. But that's up to what I'm saying is it's up to anybody what they want to do. Don't have to do it. Nobody's forcing anybody. Nobody has to feel obliged to do anything. It doesn't change their status in what we're doing. You know, that's what I'm saying. It doesn't make any difference. There's no. Well, you can't be part of our gang if you don't do that. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the opposite. You can choose to do what you want to do. If you want to do it, fine. If you don't want to do it, that's also fine. It doesn't change anything. You know, I might want to go to 900 feet. I doubt it very much, but you. Yeah, but Dave, that's what I'm saying. But that's, you know, I may want to do that. Everybody might want to do it. Nobody might want to do it. I might decide to go engage with
Robin.
With Robin. I doubt it very much. I can't see
Robin
engage.
wouldn't have you.
You don't have to have 100 feet if it's engaged, Robin. So I mean, not a bad idea, is it really?
Well, knowing Pete, I'd go for the same 200 feet, but it'd be twice as much modelling.
Yeah.
And he's used the same baseboards. And he's used the same baseboards.
I say then you could get used to it.
Pete, do you know how much setup time you're going to have at the NEC and how much
No,
you're
not
going to
yet. Not yet. We'll need a day.
A day?
Yeah.
You'll need 3 days.
You won't get 3 days.
We haven't got bloody 3 days. We've got a day. Bottom line, mate. It's, you know,
Well, to
that's,
set it up,
You've no chance.
it took us 2 days to do Milton Keynes.
yeah, but Milton Keynes
No,
was.
setup didn't. Setup took 7 hours.
Yeah,
It was the cockles that we had to
It was
the
put
testing
right.
on the Friday, yeah.
If we can,
But will you not have
no.
the same problems at NEC?
Oh, well, we know one of the problems. We talked about it earlier. This problem with the stay alive chips
Yeah.
is a problem. We now know what caused all those problems at Milton Keynes.
Yeah.
Through Blakemere, through
Yeah.
Phil just
And then-
testing an idea that he had. Suddenly, you know, it's like somebody switches the light on. You go, oh my God, look at that.
Do you know what the inrush current is, Phil, where they've got to
It's-
stay alive?
It's 50 milliamps per coach, and we had 26 coaches at Blakemere with lights in. The Prostate 66 was between 400 and something to 700 milliamps. All the other core scale stuff was between 300 and 500. The Pendolino was 10, so it's the sound stroke stay alive stuff that's causing the problems. But we had 3 37s. We had 2 66s, 150, 192 from a Cure scale. If each one of those is 300 milliamps, that's nearly 2 amps by the time you have the coaches, just on the Cure scale stuff. And we've got all your 2 37s, Batman, then the other 2 37s, which are
Two
Cure
Elgin,
scales,
two Elgin 86s.
which I didn't test, but they wouldn't be much. But you don't.
But they're still all adding up.
But it's the coaches, because that's 50 milliamps per coach
Yeah,
for about 40 seconds.
okay.
It's not, that isn't a third of a second inrush current. That's a constant flow for 40 odd seconds.
40, that seems high.
They last 2.5 minutes, 3 minutes.
The keep alive?
Yeah,
Okay.
which
Yeah.
is a bit excessive for a coach.
Right, okay. And that's just in the coach, that's for lighting?
Yeah.
What coaches?
The Mark 2s and the Mark 5s. The Mark 5s don't stay as long, so their inrush current drops a bit quicker. The Mark 2s take forever.
So
Have you
big
turned it
capacitor in, isn't it?
Massive. Well, you think it's drawing 50 milliamps for
Well, I'm just
40
thinking
seconds?
that,
It's a capacitor with its little battery.
yeah. Is it?
I don't know, I haven't looked.
Alright.
But it
Can you
could.
turn the lighting off? The coaches?
I don't think so.
Turn the
Could you-
sound off in the engine.
Doesn't help.
Does it not?
No. Because the sound wasn't on. That isn't the sound, that's just the. You put the power on, and it just sucks all the power it can do for a third of a
Because the
second.
stair light's just bridged across the ground
Yeah.
and the positive.
When a
So it's-
capacitor is empty, it effectively shorts the layout. Because it can take all the current you can supply it, and then once it's full, then the current it needs drops off. So they,
Right.
they put a resistor in to slow that down.
I don't understand how these things work. So let's say the exhibition opens at 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
If we turn the power on at 9:30 with one engine on the track
You can do it that way, but it's
and
gonna-
then put each engine on
you can do
individually.
it that way. That would be fine. You can.
So it all goes off.
Yeah, you can. What's it called? We could zone the layout out. So each baseboard comes on for 10 seconds, and the next one kicks in, and the next one. The problem is the sleeper set covers 4 baseboards. So you can put power on one baseboard and it will bridge through the sleeper across all the other 4 baseboards that aren't fired up yet. So you can put 3 amps through a Mark 5 coach.
What happens when you get a short and everything stops? It has to all boot up again?
No, because the stair live's already full. So if you clear the short within a couple of seconds, it's
What
fine.
if you don't?
then that's when you get into another cycle
That's
of...
what happened at Milton Keynes.
Yeah, that's what happened again, isn't it?
Yeah,
But for
Doing
example, the coach lighting will last 2.5 minutes.
I mean, someone comes off track like they do and they start pouncing about
Yeah.
and trying to put it back on with their hands over wires. It's not
It
a
just
quick
takes
job,
time.
is it?
But then, like I said, it's not a turn it off and then you've got to supply it another couple of amps. It's like, it's again, it's a graph but inverted the other way. So the longer you leave it...
Could you isolate the fiddle yard into 2 zones?
It already was 2 zones. This year was 2 zones. So the north side was effectively 3 amps and the south side
No,
was 3
but what I
amps.
mean is, instead of having it zoned along each baseboard, just have the slow lines.
You can do it that way, but then he's rewiring the whole thing just for a third of a second problem.
Yeah.
Except
So-
it's not a third of a second, it's a layout killing problem, isn't it?
In the morning it is a layout killing problem. As soon as the curve scale stuff was off, problem fine, it fixed again.
So what's the best solution in your opinion?
Have a 6-foot layout.
Because you're,
A 100 amp booster.
you're the expert.
It is, the simplest option is just stick more boosters in.
Right.
The other option is to make sure the curve scale stuff is on the scenic side, so we can fire up the fiddle yard first, let the fiddle yard do its thing, and then plug the scenic side in after, and that can do its own thing. Because it's the curve scale stuff that's got all the big stair lives, because they come ready to run with them.
We'll just leave the sleeper set and Mark 2 coaches in the station.
Yeah, on the front, as with all the sound fitted to curve scale stuff.
Yeah.
Is the simplest, not the simplest, it's the cheapest option.
But at Blakemere we had no problems. I'd go in
That's
the morning.
because Chris would be there for an hour.
No, I've been lots of times on my own.
Not with all the curve scale stuff.
Okay, so that was added after then, was it?
Yes.
Right.
Because again, Richard took all the curve scale stuff with him on the Sunday. Chris went in on Monday, and he fired right up.
Yeah, fine.
So again, we've got 26 coaches at 50 milliamps each. That's 1.3 amps. There was 2 66s, 3 37s, a 50, and a. Did he still have the 92 on?
Yeah.
That's still 5 locos at half an amp each, is another 2.5 amps.
Well, the 90s and 92s with the servos, they've got a weird bridging thing, like bridge rectifier to fire
the
the servo.
92s, I did measure, sorry, the 90s I did measure, but I can't remember. It wasn't as much, probably 100 milliamps, I think.
I mean, you don't think the Curascow would like to build you a separate rate, would you?
Well, we
Is
could
it
always
not
just,
worth asking?
we could always, the thing is, all their stuff we have isn't production ready. It's all their samples. So they haven't got a Mark II set we could have to turn all the lights off, because that now gets taken back to wherever for them to faff about with it.
And will they know of this problem?
No, I doubt if they do.
And 90, let's be honest, 99% of the people who are going to buy this stuff are never going to have this problem, because they're not going to have as much stock.
True, but making tracks is their advertising.
Oh, it is, yeah. And this is the first time we've had this many coaches with this many lights from them on the layout. We've had the sleeper sets,
Yeah.
but other than that, we've never had any coach lighting, so it hasn't been a problem.
Not really said before, has it?
No.
No, and
It's
we
like
talked
it was
about
an
this
old-
last year, didn't we?
Testing, isn't it?
Well, we talked about last year doing the Horby coaches and the Batman coaches.
Yeah, can we add a resistor to the...
Possibly, but again, until you look at their circuit, you don't know what they're doing. There should already be a resistor in, plus whatever else is in there. It's just that you either 50 milliamps for 40 seconds is a lot of time to charge all the coaches, and I presume they'll bring more stuff at the NEC with them, because they should have all the other rakes in by then.
What current capacity do you have on the Z21 with all
It's
the boosters?
3 amps per
Booster.
stroke main.
Okay, so how many boosters do you have? 2?
We had a main and a booster at Blakemere. We had a main and 2 boosters at the NEC.
Right.
Now, Getz.
Guess.
We're going to have at least another 1, maybe 2 boosters for the NEC. But we aren't going to have any more stock than we had at Getz, because with the fiddle yards not going to be any longer. Because you've seen it find a bit around the extra bit, really. But like I say, a QSK will bring more coaches with them, with more lights at the NEC. Plus there's the APT, I presume you ought to bring us again.
So you're going to zone...
Project Tilt,
You're going to zone the fiddle yard
probably into 4.
into 4 and then have a booster on each one.
Yeah, that's the easiest way to
And
do
that's
it.
per line, is it?
No, that'll be per baseboard. So that it'll be, we were 19 baseboards long, weren't we?
It'll be 26 long.
Yeah, but I'm not. No, the fiddle yard will still be 18.
Yeah. Well, it might be shorter actually, might it?
No, it'll be the same. The 8 will be the same.
Yeah. So if you say
It was
that's,
19 before, and you took 4 out, haven't you?
we have taken 4 out. Yeah.
Yes, that's down to 15.
Yeah.
Yeah, in that respect. Yeah, but we can put them back easy. That's not the problem.
But so anyway, say we're doing it
We can
20.
do anything we want there.
Say there's 20 fiddle yard boards. That gives you 5 boards per booster, which still is too many. Really.
40 feet, isn't it?
Yeah. Because
Yeah,
we had 1 booster per 4 boards at Getz fiddle yard.
How does that solve your problem? Before you said that with the
So I'm
long
saying it's not going to be enough.
with the long coach light, it will traverse the sections, the zones.
Because it'll only be the Acura scale stuff to worry about.
right.
And we'll have enough space, hopefully. Or we just shove the Acura scale stuff on the front for its own booster.
I mean, you're making the point there that no matter what you do, you're still stuffed. You've got
Yeah.
to work around it.
Because again, if it crosses a baseboard joint where so we can't do the time. Because I could just stick a relay in each
Can't you split
baseboard.
the train? Put it. You were talking about that gap, aren't you?
No, it's got to
put it
be
on
the
each
full
board.
coach.
Hmm?
It's the coach you've got to clear, not the wheels.
Yeah, but if you split the train, then you
Yeah.
got 2 coaches, haven't you?
So if I'm following
One in
this
each.
correctly, once you've got over the first startle, everything's alright.
Except unless there's a
So you
short.
get a short, which lasts more than
If
2.5
it's
minutes.
a short, it'll clear again. If it's a long short, then the capacitors start wearing down.
You've got to do a
fill
cold
them.
start.
Yeah.
You see what was happening at Gits?
Yeah. And obviously the problem with Getz is so long,
Why do you have to have the lights on like H?
they're permanently connected.
Yeah, but I thought you had this one thing.
That's the Mark 5s, not the Mark 2s.
What's the biggest booster that you can get from
3.
Z21? 3 amps.
3 amps.
I think they do a 6, but I
Can't you
think
make your own?
well, that's the other option. It's all on a canvas, so we could have a bigger booster. The issue then is it's not a Z21.
Compatible.
Well, it might be or it might not be. We don't want to get there, plug it in,
Find out it blows everything.
and it's not like we could test it,
No, you can't.
but we can't test the full current draw.
No, you can't.
So stuff like that, I always like to keep the manufacturer's standard stuff because it's just, their stuff all works together. Hopefully, we get there.
What's really, I guess, also.
But I think they do an XL, which is for O gauge and G gauge.
Right.
But I don't know if that's the booster or a main.
Well, we'll find out.
Yeah.
But the more important thing is, other companies are going to go down this route that Acura scale have gone down.
Well, they're all the same factories, aren't they? It's like
Yeah.
4 or 5
Yeah,
factories
yeah.
do it.
Yes, so that,
But even so, it's still not going to affect a lot, majority of layouts.
Well,
is
it
it?
No, it's
will.
not.
It will.
it will in the future.
Because a lot of layouts are only 2 amps.
Are they?
Yeah.
A lot of little layouts. You stick your 10 coaches on,
Yeah.
that's your half an amp.
Right.
Stick a 66 on another half, so one train is effectively taking half the power of one
Wow.
system.
I think it is. I think you're right. I think it.
You could end up having a few fires, could you?
Well, no, because
On
in
some
theory,
layout.
it should trip the short circuit protection. But some layouts automatically reset, don't they?
Yeah.
So you put your train on, it could reset, and then stuff starts getting hot because you're overcurrenting
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
But you're definitely heading towards that. That's not that the problem we've got, or the not problem. The thing we're seeing is only going to get worse. It's not going to get better because more manufacturers are going to start going down this route. Because
Yeah.
those Mark IIs that
Oh,
we
they're
saw,
lovely. They are lovely.
they are bloody stunning. I mean, oh my God, are they stunning?
Yeah.
So
And it's
you
rolling.
know and you know that they're flying out the door. So you know that's going to be the standard marker from now on. It's not going to go down. There's your marker. From there on, all manufacturers are going to have to do that. So, Batman are going to go down that route. Hornby are going to go down that route. So,
Like the Flirt, I bet that's got interior
Yeah.
lights on it.
Yeah, it's got stylised in all the
Yeah.
and it's got 3 decoders in it.
So,
It's got 2 plus the third if you're doing the diesel little bit.
Yeah.
yeah. But you know what I'm
what do
saying?
you need this is like a good video on YouTube. For
That's why it's recorded.
That's what we're recording it.
All right.
Because of the coaches go around, just to
Yeah, I understand.
He's a steer and star. This will make a good video one. Oh, right.
You heard it here first.
Yeah, but for 2.5 minutes is silly for stay lives. The issue is, as the voltage starts to drop on your capacitor or whatever they're using, they start to dim. So they don't need the 2.5 minutes full stay alive, they want say a minute's worth of full brightness when they start to dim.
Yeah, but I mean the original purpose of the stay alive is to make up for the anomalies as you go around.
Yes.
Which are seconds,
Yes.
not minutes.
No. But if you had one that lasted 10 seconds, you'd only get say 1 second of useful light out of it before you start to notice it dimming, which is the problem they've got with the Mark 5s. they're fine, but the capacitors are not long enough so it stays bright when it covers all the problems.
But-
Still lit, but not as bright.
What we're saying is, the more electronics are added to future products, the bigger your problem is.
And the other issue is, it's not like you've got one coach on your train. You know, you've got 11 coaches on a proper, even like a steam, what's it called, don't you?
Yeah.
So that's, again, 550 milliamps.
If they're taking 2 minutes to charge, it sounds like there is some inrush current limiting.
There is,
going on.
because they're only drawing 50 milliamps.
Right.
But they draw that for about 30, 40 seconds. So they're already protected to stop them. It's just that you don't have one coach, you have 10.
Yeah.
Well,
You see, the Revolution, the dynamometer car's got a reed switch in it, and you just wipe the.
Yeah, the Mark 5s have.
And can't you switch them off?
The Mark 5s you can, but
Yeah.
the Mark 2s
Yeah,
you can't,
yeah.
I don't think.
We don't know.
Oh, okay. But we
weren't told.
No, we weren't given.
But I
all
think
those
it
things,
switches the lights off, but it doesn't necessarily
Takes
cut
out the
the
capacitor.
capacitor because the capacitor's bridged across the ground and
Depends what-
positive.
depends
So
what
it still
switches.
charges capacitor.
I don't know.
Not like, yeah. No, we
I
don't.
don't honestly know. Because again, we didn't actually have all the boxes properly, we just had the stock to play with.
But most stay alives, it's just got a diode for the outrush current and like a resistor.
Yeah.
So you could just increase that resistor, which would
But then, they're not our stock.
yeah.
And at Cure Scale, they'll bring say 20 coaches with them for that weekend, and then they want
Yeah.
them all back again so they can.
I think the point is, you know.
There's no real solution for this, is there?
Well, no,
not for our layout, the way it was
No.
done originally.
But the more important thing is, not many hobbyists are going to be running 11 cars or 10 cars. So you're going to be running 6 to 7.
But you're still going to have more than one train.
No, you're going to, no, I'm just saying.
You.
But I think the whole thing about this is, we've gone from 8 pin to 26 pins.
No, 21.
21,
It's
sorry.
22 now.
22. So if you've got 22 functions on a loco, everything's starting to go up and up and up.
Well, this isn't including running.
No, I'm
I
just
mean-
saying.
Yeah, that's only just
Yeah,
lighting everything up.
What you want it to move as well.
the 66s will pull 2/3 of an amp, 3/4 of an amp, just driving.
Yeah.
If you're giving a good load behind them.
It's like going up
Yeah.
up to that viaduct thing, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, we generally don't have many trains moving at once. Generally about 8 to 10 maximum, so it's not that much of an issue compared with the inrush, which is a problem.
That's like the problem we had here when we first doing Leamington,
Yeah.
wasn't it? We had to switch
Exactly.
it on in
Well,
sections.
we said, yeah, we
That's
have to
exactly the
switch.
same problem.
Exactly the same problem. Do you remember when we switched on the signals were doing this?
Yeah.
Servos will
And
suck.
the engine was going cuckoo.
Yeah.
Remember that? That little tank engine over there. Sometimes when you switch it on, don't know it's on sound chip, but
Is that the one that whistles?
Cuckoo.
There's one that whistles as
Yeah,
well.
it's got a cuckoo on it as well. And it's got a foghorn on it.
Yeah.
But if it's a permanent layout,
Yeah.
and your way your stock's going to be homed, it's slightly easier to sort out. But because of the way we did it originally, this wasn't a problem, so it wasn't a consideration.
We really saw that, don't we, I suppose, didn't we?
No. And it's only been a problem really at Blakemere. It was a problem at Nats, but that was several things that all led up to it. But at Blakemere, it just came out of the blue because Richard brought the stuff down like the Thursday before we opened, whatever it was.
Yeah, I put it out on the third day.
Yeah.
But it is.
Like I said, we could stage it so everything turned on after a couple of seconds, which is relatively easy to do. Just stick a relay in, stick a timer in, and jobbed. The issue is, the sleeper set is going to bypass all the relays because it's so long.
The problem is, you know, we're talking about a product that is fantastic, and when you see it with the lights on, it is just awesome. But there has to, you know, the question I'd like to ask, have we now pushed model railway quality to the point where we've got to seriously start looking how much further you push it because of the technical ability of the people that are running it?
Yeah,
i.e. old uns and young uns.
Oh, can you push it any further? What else can you do?
But that stems back to the Pendolino run of the best because it hasn't got the detail, but it just survives everything.
Yeah.
But a lot of people who collect trains want the most detailed so they can stick it in a box they never see again.
Well, I think we're at the stage where some people have got to start making decisions because, you know.
But then the Mark IIs, as delicate as they are, run flawlessly. Nothing fell off them.
No, brilliant.
They're great.
No, they're brilliant. You know, I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying. But you know, now we've gone so far with the detail on the locos. You've got a bag of bits. You're almost assembling the bloody locos after you've bought them.
That's true.
And if they fall off the track, you're losing footsteps. You're losing bits and pieces. Snow plows. I spend more time picking up bloody snow plows up 37. I've got a bag full of them.
Yeah, I've got a bag from
So you've lost your snowplows, have you?
No, but I mean, Dave, you know, they're going to come off at some point. Yeah. You know, you're not going to get away.
The way some of those operators were smashing it, they were worse than the kids first smashing them into.
You're right. The adults are worse than kids.
Yeah, but
going back to the bag of bits, if a loco is advertised as ready to run, it should be ready to run. You shouldn't need a bag of bits.
No, and you know, and they look great, some of these wagons, but the fact that when you get it, you've got to put like 40 bits on them.
Well, the other thing as well is, once you put the bits on, the bag of bits,
You can't see them.
you can't put them back in the box
No, you can't see them anyway.
because they don't fit.
How many second-hand locos have you bought when all the bits are still in the box? How many get put on?
Well, that's the truth.
except for Andy, who puts them on the front. Nobody really.
Yeah.
No, Andy's one of the few people I see put every single bit on.
Yeah.
I mean, when I
But only on the front.
It's got to look proper.
He doesn't always put them on the back because the couplings don't
Yeah.
always fit.
They'll cut them off the back so the coupling still works.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So you trim them down.
When I bought my Engage
Got there
Kimberley,
properly.
they gave me a choice of 6 nameplates, but there was no way of changing the number. You know, the number was put on in the factory.
I think the other problem, you know, that we've got is the amount of 3D printed stuff that's coming out via other manufacturers that has got a shelf life, and nobody's talking about it. You know, we saw the couplings just disintegrated. Some of the stuff that you bought from, we're not going to name the manufacturers, but it just falls apart. Because
It was quite brittle.
Yeah,
the resin.
but you know, that is 3D printing. It
Yeah,
does
'cause
deteriorate.
it
doesn't it?
ages
Yeah.
and it just wears or fatigues and snaps.
For like static details, it's fine. Once it's got a coat of paint on it,
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, but for running couplings and things like that, again, it doesn't work.
But it does. It's just that
But okay,
we
it's
use
limited.
it.
It's limited life.
Yeah.
It's got a shelf life. Let's put it that way.
Well, for most people, just going up and down the garage with a couple of voyages, it'll be fine. But for
But only for
hammer-
a certain while, because it will fall apart. You know, so you know, it's again, it's like we see the 3D printing as the panacea. It's not the panacea for everything, because as you say, if it's static, you paint it, you get away with it. It's fantastic. But as a coupling, particularly if you're playing with the railway a lot, it won't last. Particularly if you're running around at speeds we run around at. And that's, you know, it's not a problem because you can change it and we can change it any time. That's not a problem. But it's like people are buying this stuff expecting it to last as long as the engine will. No, it won't. And it warps.
it does. It warps. It's very brittle and warps. I mean, most of it's resin, so it looks nicer, but it hasn't got the structural strength of element.
Well, come on then, let's go a little bit more.
It's not a problem for us because we can just stick a new one in.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I'm saying. It's not a problem for us.